Tashdilek, I'm Tenzin Selton and welcome to Tibet This Week, a weekly news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration. Let's look at the headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama says each of us can contribute to peace in the time of crisis. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration condole the demise of Senator Dole. Sikyong completes official visit to North India. Kalon Norzin Dolma inaugurates conference on young Indian scholars on Tibetan studies. Speaker Khenpo Sonam Tenphel congratulates Japan's new Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. Tibet Bureau Geneva raises Tibet at UN Forum. Taiwan holds conference on Buddhist root philosophy and logic. The European Union and United States dialogue on China highlights human rights violations in Tibet. Enes Freedom greets His Holiness the Dalai Lama on 32nd Nobel Peace Prize Day. During an hour-long conversation with leading scientists and professors in various universities in the United States, His Holiness the Dalai Lama said each individual have the potential to contribute to global peace in challenging times such as pandemic and global climate crisis. Organized by Mind and Life Institute, His Holiness the Dalai Lama had a conversation on the topic Embracing Hope, Courage and Compassion in Times of Crisis on Wednesday this week. Following the demise of long-time U.S. Senate leader and former presidential nominee Senator Bob Dole, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration expressed deepest condolences to his wife Senator Elizabeth Dole. His Holiness reminisced the way the late senator genuinely cared for the people less able to help themselves or those like Tibetans who are struggling to preserve their freedom and culture. Siyong Pemba and the Speaker of Tibetan Parliament in exile, Khenpo Sonam Tenphel, also remembered the late senator's meetings with His Holiness the Dalai Lama on various occasions and called his demise a loss to the Tibetans. Siyong Pemba completed his first official visit to the Tibetan settlements in Dehradun and Himachal Pradesh. During the past 2 weeks, Sikyong met officials in New Delhi before leaving for Dehradun, where he met with the Chief Secretary and Additional Secretary of Uttarakhand, apart from meeting with the Tibetan people residing in different settlements under Dehradun Tibetan Settlement Office. Sikyong paid a visit to Pen Tibetan settlement Solan, Himachal Pradesh, before returning back to Dharamshala on Tuesday this week. Kalon Norzin Dolma of Department of Information and International Relations inaugurated the Conference of Young Indian Scholars on Tibetan Studies on Monday this week. Delivering the special address of the inaugural session, Kalon Norzin Dolma stressed on centrality of the Himalayan region in the geopolitics of India and the need for scholars to devote more attention towards the Himalayan region, including Tibet.
In the recent past, there is a growing school of thought which believes that Himalayas now occupy a centrality in geopolitics of India. And there are other scholars who think that our approach to the study and analysis of Himalayan region should be different. They believe that the complexity of the Himalayan region makes it necessary for us to look at Himalayan region not only through the lens of the international relations, theorizations of state and security, but we should also look at it through an interdisciplinary approach that focuses on state actors and interconnectedness between the geography, culture, and ecology of the Himalayan region.
The 4-day virtual conference was organized by the Tibet Policy Institute, the think tank of the Central Tibetan Administration. Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament in exile, Khenpo Sonam Tenphel, conveyed his heartfelt congratulations to Japan's new Prime Minister, Kishida Fumio, on behalf of Tibetans around the world and the 17th Tibetan Parliament in exile. Speaker also greeted Jen Nakatani on being appointed as Japan's Special Advisor on Human Rights. UN Advocacy Officer Galden Tsomo from the Tibet Bureau Geneva told the UN Forum on Minority Issues that Tibetan people are facing the imposition of social, structural and demographic change, lack of opportunity to acquire knowledge on Tibetan history, culture and traditions, and lack of employment opportunity in Tibet. She also mentioned the cycle of conflicts and protests, including self-immolation protests by over 155 Tibetans in Tibet due to the above-mentioned situations. The Tibet Bureau in Geneva called upon China to address the underlying grievances of the Tibetans by respecting Tibetan people's historical, social and cultural roots at the UN Forum. The first ever conference on root philosophy and logic of Tibetan Buddhism was held at the Xuanzang University in Taiwan on Saturday last week. During the day-long conference, the university announced the establishment of a new Tibetan Buddhist Research Center at the university. Representative Bawa Kyelsang Gelsen of the Office of Tibet, Taiwan, talked about the objectives of organizing the conference and greeted the university's principal and the new chair, vice chair, and the secretary of university's new Tibetan Buddhist Research Center. The conference saw a large number of participants, totaling over 300 people. The conference was jointly organized by Xuanzang University's Religious and Cultural Department and the Office of Tibet, Taiwan. In the joint declaration following their high-level meeting of the European Union and the United States highlighted, among other things, the ongoing human rights abuses and violations in China and the systematic repression, including in Tibet. The two sides also discussed a growing list of China's actions that are of shared concern, including those that breach international law and those that are against the shared values and interests of the United States and the European Union. The dialogue was held in Washington on Tuesday last week. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy R. Sherman represented the U.S. and the European External Action Service Secretary General Stefano Sannino represented the European Union. On the occasion of the 32nd anniversary of the conferment of the Nobel Peace Prize on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the NBA star Enes Kanter Freedom sent in a video message expressing the inspiration he gets from His Holiness the Dalai Lama to stand up for the truth and raise his voice for the innocent people. He said it is his belief that under His Holiness's leadership, Tibet will get freedom. He thanked His Holiness for being there not just for the Tibetans, but for all human beings.
On the 32nd Nobel Peace Prize conferment anniversary, I want to say thank you so much, Your Holiness. You give so much hope and motivation to fight for what's right and and also standing up for innocent people out there and to be the voice of all those innocent people out there who don't have a voice. You know, you are changing the world and you are making a huge impact in our world. And I hope I get to meet you one day.
That's all for this week. See you next time and have a great weekend.